Hello folks, today what we are gonna do is you might have noticed some of the applications which you are using in every day like Instagram, LinkedIn, etc. access your Twitter account. So how does it work, and how are we how the platforms like in LinkedIn, Instagram are sending your posts or content or sharing your content to Twitter if you have posted it. In this case, we are going to see. So which is like, if you uh, see, I have added my Twitter account on LinkedIn, and whenever I post, I can easily share the same content to Twitter as well, so then have the reach for the content I have posted and all. So we'll be seeing how Twitter works for that thing with other platforms and all. So, and we'll make one thing, which is we'll make our server side implementation which is going to do the same. Like we are gonna post some tweets from our server, not from our own, so that's what. So let me first tell you how that thing work. Let me just click Twitter API documentation. So you'll be having these things. So if you have Twitter account, you can have the developer profile as well. So you can have it done by how to create your developer account for Twitter. You can have that account within easy steps. So I have already created it. So yeah, that's what. So I have got already app. So you'll have to register your applications. In this case, as like Instagram, as like LinkedIn, you'll be having your own application. That is what here I have. So the application I have registered on Twitter will be having a consumer keys authentication tokens, which will be acting as on behalf of us. So this is what. So once you have set, you will have these keys, and with these keys you can access your Twitter account wherever possible. So in this case, you will have a bunch of APIs which Twitter provides, and you can have everything. So I have used managed tweets to post the tweets. That's what you are seeing here. Where is it? Tweets from my bot server. So this is what I'm gonna do once again. So let's get started, right? So let's start with the code. Yeah, let me open my personal post. So why am I having these uh, projects? Then once I have done everything, I'll post it on GitHub so that you will have these codes for your reference. So let me open my terminal. Okay, so I'll create one more. Okay, let's tweet. npm, let's create a node package. Yeah, this will be a package. It is created. See, package.json file is created here. So as it is created, let's open this folder itself. So we're not gonna see any other files as we are confusing with these things, right? So as I'm gonna create index.js, as it will be our root file, as we have given index.js as a root file here, and .env for to store an environment variables, as we will be using uh, Twitter's keys as we'll be using to store Twitter keys. And another thing is start git ignore, which will be using which will be having names of the modules we are going to ignore for git. So let's init for git. So everything is here. Okay, let's install some of the packages which we have to have as a basic dependencies. Npm install. So these many packages we'll be having to implement our server-side implement. Yeah, everything is installed. Let's see node modules are created and these are all ignored for git because we can install wherever possible. So crypto.env got auth, right? So for got we are using here we'll use import. So as I'm using so yeah, dev dependencies are done. One more file we'll be creating which is for preset env for Babel. Cool, Babel preset env. Right, everything is done almost. Yeah, so we need. Okay, static server implementation. Oh wait, so okay, let's start. Let me just off. Right, be some, everything is clear, so that's it. So first let's import all the files that we are gonna need. So I'm gonna fill up this environment file, regenerate. Yes,
I'm gonna need this consumer piece. Yes, copy. Consumer secret. Yes, I saved them. Right.
so yeah, this is what I wanted. Okay, as I am using readline, so I'll be using actually, but let me show you what we are gonna do. So let me explain one thing before we get started with the actual logic for our requirement. So this is the API we are going to do to tweet from our server, which has two methods which are like post and delete. So one is post, which is the one we are going to use to post the tweets. If you want, we can delete it through our API as well. So if you click read doc, so the Twitter API is not like the other APIs which we have done before on previous videos. The mail server and creating ChatGPT APIs and using Telegram APIs. So these things are mostly straightforward, but for some other security purposes, Twitter provides the more thing which we have to do to implement to use those APIs. So here Twitter provides two things. One is OAuth 1.0a user context and OAuth 2.0 authorization code with PKCE code. So with 1.0a, that is we are going to use as we have used here. So as I mentioned before, we are going to use the API which how the LinkedIn, Instagram and some other app uses. So in this case you will be linking your Twitter account to these platforms. So in those cases, you'll be asked to sign in for the LinkedIn and authorize the LinkedIn to use your account to share your content whenever you post the content through LinkedIn and all. So that's what the same thing we are going to do for our app. So we'll be asking Twitter to authorize our app as a user. So once the authorization is done, then the Twitter will provide an access token. With that token, we'll be making REST API calls. So in that case, we'll be tweeting from our server. So that's what we're going to do. So let's code. I guess this is enough. You'll be understanding once I have done the code. Let's name this post tweet a function which accepts the Twitter message we're gonna post. So try catch right. So we'll be needing a token get. So to get a token, we'll be request a token, which is the get request and let's call it OAuth request token. Okay, so let's name it as empty string as of now. Once the token is done, we'll have to authorize. So yeah, this is what we're gonna do now. If the authorization is done, we'll be having an authorization URL. As once done, we'll be we'll be creating an access token. With that, we'll be posting. This is what we are gonna do. So with that, we'll be doing those things as we are gonna need to do. Let's do one by one. So we'll be having authorization URL, right? This is what we're going to do now. To do, we'll be having our interpreter wait to get the pin from the Twitter once the Twitter gives us the authorization. So let me do those things. So I'm gonna creating interface to get inputs the node interpreter. And let's store the variables which we have got from the Twitter, from the environment variable. Okay, I forgot that. I'm not sure if I have the correct name. Yeah, as usual it was wrong. Okay, so that's what. Let's have a template. Cons data. Do we need that? Okay, that's don't need. Okay, I've got the Twitter endpoints for a process to have it signed in. First one is, let me call it as request token URL, which we will make a request to Twitter. Okay, so done here. Request URL, request token URL, authorized URL, access token URL. So as you are seeing this, so Twitter has, if you are not aware, so if you are not aware, you can go through the documentation to make these things get it done. Okay, Twitter uses this signature method, so if you're not aware, you can as we are starting time, you can go through the Twitter documentation page as well if you're not aware of these things.
So yeah. Right.
So now we've got the basic stuff ready to use it or reuse it we want. So as we are saying, so we'll be requesting for an access token, actually request token URL. It will be giving us access token, and then we'll be using that access token to posting a tweets. So that we will be making two more methods to request an access token and to create an access token. So this is what we're going to do. So let's create it. So we'll be having an header, so that we'll create that.
Okay.
In this case we'll be using request token URL, and we'll be using as a method of post. Okay, that's it. Okay, let's make a request. We are using quote post First we'll be using this request URL and the headers as it needs, not as like this. Authorization is the header name, which which the Twitter uses, right? So the header is ready, and if result does have body, then yeah, here itself we are gonna use the query string dot parse, as it gives the JSON as a result dot body, else we'll be throwing an error. Okay, what we can say is what request token call is failed, right? Okay, one function is done. So how can we use our function on our post tweet? This is what we're gonna do. So we've got this right. Let's request access token. So it will be releasing our things, right? Authorization URL. Authorize URL. Okay, so once we've got, what we are gonna do is let's have our authorization ready with those things. In this URL, as we have created this as a URL object, it should have search params, which we'll have to append one thing, which is auth token. Actually, this is auth token. Here we are gonna see this one dot auth token, right? So this is we have done. So once it is completed, console.log, please visit this website and authorize, as it is asking. Token URL dot. Then we'll be waiting const pin, it shall be a number. Currently let's, so as we have done, so what will happen is, once the request access token is called, so Twitter will be ready to authorize the user. So as you are a human user, as we are creating this as another applications, which is like LinkedIn or Instagram, so here the authorization process has started, and Twitter is waiting to authorize you as a user to use the application. So through this link it will be provided, the pin will be provided. So later we will be using that pin to authorize our application. So once the authorization is done, it will provide the access token to make an API call. So that's what. So let's create another function to get an input. Let's create function as get input.
As an input, we'll be using NodeJS's prompt. So in that prompt, if you see, it will return a promise of async function. Actually, let's have it as not bind with this function. Mostly it will have resolve and check if the key is midline. And dot close. Once you have it entered, then resolve midline got. There will be asking the question, right? So in this case, the prompt will be a question, and the question should call a method to resolve with output.
Right. So this is what we are gonna do. So let's ask user to enter the pin. Okay. So until this the pin has got. So yeah. So next what we are gonna do is it will get behalf of us. Let's give this. Alright. We'll be creating an authorization token. So let call it as auth access token. So currently it will be empty string. So consider we've got the access token, so that const response. So in this case we'll be calling our Twitter API to make tweets. So let's have it commented out. Let's create another function to create an access token. Then we'll be writing another function to make tweets. So let's call it as creating access token. So to create an access token, we'll be needing some things, which is first is OAuth token, second one is the pin. Okay, so let's write up. Again we'll be making a HTTP request, so we'll be needing an header. This time it will be an access token URL. The method will be post method. Okay, so the path, so we are gonna give some valid things here. HTTPS or the access token path, access token auth verifier, auth verifier equals the pin which we have got from the, and then OAuth token which we have got from the request token method. Right. Okay, cons, let's make a result, always make a got post. The thing will be our path, and then the same things, headers. Okay, so if the same thing, result dot body, what creating access token call is failed. Right, so let's use this function here. So here what we are going to do is the pin, right, which is here, and the first one is access token. What access token is the first parameter, pin. If it has, then the trim function basically removes this unwanted spaces in front and the up front of the string which is returned or we are using here. So that's what. So one thing is done. Let's create a response. So here we have got the response function we'll have to implement, right? So let's create that. Sync tweet function. Here we need access token. So yeah, let's do some other things. Let's create token object which will be having key OAuth token secret. OAuth token key secret. OAuth token secret. Again we'll be having the header created. So the link or the endpoint URL, in the endpoint URL, endpoint URL like this. Let's call it as it is. So where we need here, we'll be having used. Right. So let's make a request at last. Post. So JSON. Actually, it'll be passing the message here as well. So let's give this JSON message. First let's create it. And then response type will be so as same like that before. Let's use it. Create it call is failed. Okay, that's it. Now we'll be using this method, the OAuth access token which we are using, and the message. All right, so once we've got the message completed, let's print it. But this time the console directory function will be used. Press right. Process. Let's create the process. This time if it is error, right. So we have done everything. So yeah, let's run it. Okay, okay, let me change this to NodeJS, and yeah, here as well, here as well, here as well, right. I haven't messaged my latest date from the server. npm start. Okay, what is the error? Unauthorized crypto.create hmac key based key. I just paste 64. This is the issue. Yeah, found. And now what we can do is let's run. Undefined is not a function. All right. Okay. So now we don't need it. All right. Let's go to this. So guys, we have got this link now. Let's try to put that. See, this used to see whenever you see this. Whenever you try to link LinkedIn or Instagram or any other app with Twitter, you would have seen this. Let's click this. It has shown this. Let's print error. I don't know what is it. Forbidden. Why? I'm not sure. Okay, let's find out what this could be the issue. OAuth token. What token secret? Yeah, spelling mistake, guys. Okay, I guess we've got that cleared. Okay, let's copy once again. Let's authorize the app. Hopefully this will post. Again the error, forbidden error. Bad request. This should be text, I presume. Object null or prototype. Actually something has happened. Let's see my Twitter account. Let us state from the server, so it worked. Then why it is not print as I have expected? That's what I. This is the issue. This should be like the same. Okay. This time www.youtube.com/Duraisamy. Right. Let's get started. Actually, if you see, we'll have to authorize our app every time, right? So that doesn't need it. Doesn't need actually is because once you are authorized, the app will give you the access token that won't be, expired. Hello everyone, I am a bot server tweeting on behalf of Balaji Duraisamy. Please visit. Oh my God, superb! The link which is given. All right. Superb, right? See, hello everyone, I am bot server tweeting on behalf of Balaji Duraisamy. So yeah, so finally we have got it worked. So let's commit it. So as I've said, I'll push this code on GitHub, so you can refer or if you want at any time. So that's it for today's video. So as we have seen, we have made a lot of videos like ChatGPT APIs, Telegram APIs, and LinkedIn profile badges and everything. So and email servers, and it will be another video like Twitter APIs. So why not we can create a video with a combination of these videos, like a Telegram message can be posted on Twitter, the email can be come from once the Twitter is tweeted. So these many things can have we can do on back end. So yeah, so that's it. Already the time, if you see, 10:35. So okay, so yeah, let's wind up. Thanks for watching. Let's meet you guys in another video. Bye.